The favorite technique seems to be to come from behind, to grab around the neck and to stab from over the shoulder.
When I attempt to smoke a cigarette and I'm facing soldiers, I don't encourage myself to take off my packs from my pocket. They thought that I'm getting a knife from my pocket or something, and then they will kill me.
You laugh, but it's not funny, huh?
It is not funny, but
Yeah.
it happens.
I walked up to the old city with a few friends yesterday, and I decided to take something with anything I'd find on the way, just a bit of protection. And I realized that it's actually a good thing to walk around with visible means of self-defense as a deterrent.
Jerusalem, for most Israelis, is the indivisible capital of the Jewish state. For Palestinians, it's the occupied capital of their future state. In the past fortnight, the city has been shaken by a series of knife attacks on Jewish Israelis by Palestinians, and a decades-old conflict has erupted on its streets.
Oh my God, can you see that? He's got a gun, are you filming? He's like 12 years old and he's got a gun.
Palestinian East Jerusalem has become a closed military zone controlled by checkpoints. Both Israelis and Palestinians are afraid to leave their homes.
The thing is that everybody is scared. I mean, you see seldom people that tell you we are confident, we don't feel scared. The situation is volatile and anything happens any moment.
Has it been good for business having a checkpoint outside your shop?
Actually, no. Sometimes we forgot that this is an occupied city.
Yeah.
But when they bring lots of soldiers and military, it reminds us again that this is the old city of the East Jerusalem being occupied in 1967.
For most Israelis, the violence that spread from Jerusalem across the West Bank and into Israel has come out of nowhere. But for many Palestinians, it's a clear reaction to the violation of Al-Aqsa Mosque by Israeli settlers.
So entrance to this place here is what's causing this chaos all over the West Bank, you think?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. You know, the main problem is the Al-Aqsa Mosque.
The Kotel, the Western Wall, is open to people of all faiths, but for some reason in places like Mecca and the Temple Mount, the Islamic authorities are completely unwilling to let in anyone who's not of their faith to pray there, and especially Jews.
You know, visiting is no problem. You know, this is a holy place. I'm a Muslim, but I'm allowed to go to visit the Holy Sepulchre Church, for example, to visit the Wailing Wall. Also, the Muslims, they allow everybody to come and visit this place as a tourist. I'm sure when the Muslims try to go down to the Wailing Wall and put the carpet and start praying, I'm sure that the Jews will not allow such thing like this.
You don't think it's going to be the Intifada everyone's talking about?
Where we are losers. We lost on the first one and we lost on the second one. I think if the Palestinians will continue, they will lose again.
Is that why you're selling peace?
I'm selling peace, but nobody buy.
It's not just the shopkeepers in the old city that are hoping to sell peace. In West Jerusalem, a group of Israelis organised a march calling for a non-violent solution to the conflict. We went to meet one of them, Laura Wharton, a Jerusalem city councillor with the left-wing Meretz party.
So Laura lives in Beit HaKerem, which is quite a secular neighbourhood, quite a left-wing neighbourhood, very much on the opposite side of town to where we've been, the old city in East Jerusalem. It still feels quite quiet. Hi!
I think it's very important that it be known, as not everyone is happy with what's going on. A lot of people think that more should be done to try to, reach some kind of agreement with the Palestinians, at least to speak with them.
It does sometimes feel like the right wing does dominate the soapbox, if you like, for Israel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think in general it's kind of ironic. People in the right wing who are all upset now and on edge are especially afraid of the areas which are the Green Line. So basically we're seeing a reinvention or recognition again of the fact that there is a Green Line, that Jerusalem is divided.
I guess it's pretty hard to see a guy getting stabbed for being Israeli and all that, and for being Jewish, from somebody from the other side, and it doesn't really help you. be optimistical and be ready to come to peace, and I guess it probably like brings anger.
What does that say?
It says Jews and Arabs refuse to be enemies.
Oh, nice. Do you think most people in Jerusalem agree with you?
Probably not.
Jerusalem is known as a right-wing city, the center of a lot of right-wing activity, these streets here.
It's
so
very
it's really,
street,
yeah. And leading down to there, we're going to be in what's called Zion Square, so it's nice to come here.
Do you think that this voice will be heard? More right-wing voices calling for more extreme security in Jerusalem and elsewhere?
At least it's being expressed as an alternative voice, which mirrors the feelings and the opinions of a vast number of Israelis.
As the march made its way to the centre of West Jerusalem, a euphoric mood that had briefly managed to break the city's tension was soured by the arrival of nationalist counter-protesters.
What did she say?
She's saying you have no right to be here, you're not Jews, you're not this.
Do you get disheartened by counter-protests like that?
No, especially not like that, because it's just sad because she was just shouting out ridiculous slogans and had no idea what she's talking about.
The message we've been hearing all evening from the peace protesters was Arabs and Jews refuse to be enemies. And there are many more people turned out for that protest than even the organisers had anticipated. But as that protest has died down, the counter-protest has grown and grown in numbers of nationalists burning Palestinian flags, and the threat of violence and division feels to have fallen once again on Jerusalem. A wave of stabbing attacks has hit Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories, almost all of them carried out by young Palestinians targeting Israelis. Most of the accused attackers have been shot and many killed by Israeli forces in what the Palestinian Authority has described as executions.